Hello and welcome. Today we're going to unpack some really timeless principles for success, and they come from a place you might not expect, the story of Israel's very first king. We're diving into the big ideas from Reverend Gaddiel Nana Pesseh's book, Keys to Success in Life and Ministry, King Saul.
Welcome to Atomic Reviews. This is where we take powerful, sometimes complex ideas and distill them down into clear, actionable insights that you can actually use in your life. So, you ready? Let's jump right in. Okay, let me ask you something. Have you ever had one of those days, or maybe weeks, where it feels like all you're doing is just chasing lost donkeys? You're just going through the motions, handling your daily tasks, your job, the chores, and it all feels a bit, mundane, maybe even pointless?
Well, I want you to hold on to that feeling, because today we're going to follow the story of a man who was literally sent to find his father's lost animals. And what he found instead was a kingdom. Yeah, you heard that right. This is the incredible story of Saul.
And his journey brings us right to the very first key from Reverend Pesseh's book, and it's a big one: identity. It's all about realizing that even when it feels like you're just chasing donkeys, something so much bigger, your destiny, could be unfolding right in front of you.
At the heart of this idea is this incredibly powerful statement: you are not an accident, but an answer. Think about it. In the story, the whole nation of Israel was desperate for a leader, a king to save them. And God tells the prophet Samuel, "I'm sending you the answer." And who was that answer? It was Saul. And the crazy part is, at that exact moment, Saul had no idea. He was just a guy, dutifully doing his job, searching for some animals, completely unaware that he was the solution to an entire nation's problem.
So what does it really mean to be an answer? Well, it's a huge perspective shift. It's this understanding that you weren't just randomly placed here. You were created to solve a specific problem for the people around you, for your generation. And when you start to see yourself that way, wow, it changes everything about how you approach your life, even those donkey-chasing tasks.
So, you might be wondering, how does someone go from a field to a throne? It's not just luck, right? It wasn't just being in the right place at the right time. For Saul, it all started with his character. It began with his faithfulness in a really small, seemingly unimportant task.
And this is the key of faithfulness. Think about it. Saul was asked to find some lost donkeys, and he just did it. He didn't make excuses, he didn't complain, he diligently searched, going through town after town. And that's the principle right there. Faithfulness in the little things comes before you get promoted to the bigger things. How you handle those small, unseen assignments, the donkeys in your own life, that's what proves you're ready for something so much greater.
All right, on to the second key, which builds directly on the last one. This is all about association, or as you've probably heard, the company you keep. And man, is this one important.
So Saul's father gives him this really important piece of advice. He says, take one of the servants with you. He knew this journey shouldn't be a solo mission, and this was so strategic because there was a moment, a critical moment, when Saul was totally discouraged and ready to quit. And who steps in? His companion. The servant is the one who gives him the encouragement and the game-changing idea to go see the prophet Samuel.
This is such a perfect illustration of the power of association. On one hand, you have a wise companion, like Saul's servant, who provides encouragement, vital information, and even financial help. But on the other hand, the book gives the example of King Jehoshaphat. He partnered up with a corrupt king for a business deal. The result? An absolute disaster. His entire fleet of ships was destroyed. It's a stark reminder. The people you choose to be with can either lift you up or completely erase years of your hard work. Okay, key number 3. This one is about divine timing and guidance. The idea is that life moves in seasons, right? And a huge part of success is just recognizing when your season has changed, when it's your time for promotion, and then following the right guidance to get there. Reverend Pesseh breaks down how this guidance works into 2 really cool parts. First, there are divine discussions. These are conversations God is having about you for your destiny that you probably have no clue are even happening. Then there are divine directions, those specific instructions you get that you absolutely have to follow to succeed.
And here's a perfect example of a divine discussion in action. The day before Saul even showed up, God was already talking to Samuel, preparing him for Saul's arrival. Think about that. Saul is out there stressed about his lost donkeys, and he has absolutely no idea that the most powerful man in the country is being prepped to anoint him as the next king. It's just an amazing reminder that things can be working out for you in ways you can't even see.
Now, this next key, this is a huge turning point in the story. And honestly, it's a critical lesson for every single one of us. It's the key of focus. But it's not just about what you focus on, it's about what you learn to let go of.
So, let's rewind for a second. The mission at the start was super simple, right? Find the donkeys. That was it. A clear, immediate problem to solve.
But then, something shifted. A much, much bigger purpose was revealed. The donkeys? They were just the thing that got him moving. The real mission was to find the kingdom. And as soon as Samuel anoints him, he even tells him, "Oh, by the way, don't worry about the donkeys. They've been found." They became totally irrelevant.
This leads to a brilliant principle the book calls purposeful elimination. It's the art of knowing what to ignore. It's recognizing that your mission has changed and having the wisdom to let go of the donkeys, those old tasks, those smaller worries, so you can pour all your focus into the kingdom, your true purpose. Because let's be real, you can't step into a bigger destiny if your mind is still stuck chasing smaller things.
So let's pull all of this together. How do we take these ideas and use them? Here's a quick summary of these incredibly powerful principles.
Okay, here they are. The 4 keys that can help unlock your destiny. Number 1, identity. Know that you are an answer to a problem. Number 2, faithfulness. Be diligent and excellent in the small things. Number 3, association. Choose companions who lift you up. And number 4, focus. Eliminate the distractions so you can pursue your real purpose.
If any of this is clicking with you and you want to keep exploring ideas like these, well, the journey doesn't have to end here.
We do deep dives into transformative books like this all the time. So if you want more, make sure you hit that subscribe button for the Atomic Reviews YouTube channel. We'd love to have you.
And I'll leave you with this to think about. Your kingdom is waiting. Your greater purpose is out there. So looking at these 4 keys, which one are you going to use first? Thanks so much for joining me.